Welcome to
Hello.
yet another episode of this crazy
Oh,
Tarot Dealers
God.
podcast. Okay. Oh, I can't wait to talk about some shit, but
We're not.
we're not. So we have had the weirdest shit
Oh,
happen
also, just this week, haven't we?
this week. It's just
Yeah.
weird. Like
Oh,
everything is like our computer stopped.
oh,
We had to like mid fucking recording. We're like,
yeah, yes, exactly. And then just something silly just happened then with like a frame came up and it was like, what
what's going on?
the
I know I say this all the time, me and technology, right? But just the weirdest, weird ass things.
Yeah, I'll say. Yeah, like websites not working, like government, for me, a government website not working, timed out. Like,
What?
what?
And then suddenly working again, right? Like
Yeah.
just the
Oh, there's just
weirdest,
weird things happening.
weird things. Tell us, have you had
Yeah.
weird shit happen this week?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
we really
It's
want to
just,
know. It's just insane.
yeah.
Like anyway,
Anyway, I'm Tren.
I'm Lou, and
We
we
are
are
the
the
tarot
tarot
dealers.
dealers. So we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves as
Yeah.
we do. Yeah. So between us, we have over 50 years experience with tarot. We've worked with the tarot on for many different things. We
Yeah.
use it as a healing tool. We use it as a deep dive tool. We use it
Yes.
as a forecasting tool,
Yeah.
many things.
Many
And
things.
how we do that, lots of different ways. But between us, we've created our own modalities.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Tren has what she calls tapping and
Tarot.
tarot.
Yes.
And that allows anyone, Trend teaches
Yeah.
this, to dive deeper into the card meanings, discover some more card meanings, or if the cards are uncomfortable for you, it helps you work out what that
Yeah.
particular card is. Now you
Unblock things. Unblock
unblock
the
things.
energy.
Yeah, unblock the energy,
Yeah.
get into the
Yes.
flow.
And Lou is a published author. She has a
Right?
book called Tarot Tells,
Yes.
and you can get that book on her website.
Which is www.lulufletcher.com.au.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
there's lots of other stuff on that website, like
yeah, there
lots of
is.
education, lots of courses, lots of meditation. Some of it's even free. So go and check it out.
I love that.
Yeah.
Did that beautifully. Trent, thank you so much. Yeah, yeah. So as you can tell, we are just two old ducks who
Exactly.
absolutely love working with
Yeah.
the tarot, sharing our knowledge.
Exactly.
And to help us do that, we would truly appreciate it if you can like, share, subscribe, send us messages,
Yeah.
all of the things
Ask
to
you
help us
questions.
get out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes. So we've had a comment just recently about actually a couple of people love the deep dives we're doing on the cards, and they've
yeah.
asked to continue deep diving in the major arcana, especially, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that. That's
Yes.
on our agenda.
Exactly.
So yeah, whatever you ask for, we will do our best to make sure that happens.
Exactly. So
What are we doing this
we're
week?
going to dive into the monthly energies of December.
Yes, we are. The
Did you
monthly
forget?
energies of December. So this is our December energy forecast.
Yes.
And you got to let us know how we go.
Yeah.
So for November, how do we go?
How did we go?
How do we go? Let us
Yes.
know, because now we are up for December.
Yeah.
All right,
Right.
let's
Can you
see.
believe it's December already?
That's
God,
this.
okay. Things are falling apart here.
Oh my God, is that a sign? Like, holy shit. Hey, look,
Oh,
check this out. So, just because I look at weird shit like
yeah.
this, as you saw happen,
Yeah.
if you're watching, the cards just fell.
Yeah.
So, the card that I see is a number 10, right? And the card on the bottom is 9.
Oh.
Make of that what you will.
Exactly.
All right. So, December energy, back to
Yeah.
December energy. What does we need? What do we need to know for the December energy? How do we best work with it for the highest good of all? This is a collective reading for the December energy 2024, brought to you by the two old ducks who love their cards, the tarot dealers.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. All right. Let's see. December. All right. There'll have to be one.
Oh,
Look at that.
they're flying out.
They're flying out. They're speaking today. Oh, okay.
Okay. So what we're doing is we're laying out 4 by 4. So we have like 4 cards for roundabout for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
It's 4 weeks
in,
usually.
yeah.
Rough, sometimes 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I couldn't be fucked doing the 5, so we're just doing the 4. Okay. Let's have a look at December. All right. So we're gonna see what this is, and then
Yeah,
Tren's going to have a
and
go.
have a go,
We'll
yeah.
see what it's like, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the research that
Yeah.
I've felt and researched in
Yeah.
other places. Let's see how it matches.
How it matches up.
Does or does not match up.
Yes.
Okay. So we start the month, right, with the Lover's card, which is speaking about like relationships and connections, right? So some of that is called into question.
Yeah.
And there's some letting go. So it looked, and I'm saying this because that then follows the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords can very much be the pick and choose your battles.
Mhm.
It can be letting go what's no longer serving you. It could just be conflict, right?
Yeah.
Now that's then followed by the Two of Swords, which is where there's decision making, or you're sitting on a crossroads, you're uncertain about something, and then that's then followed by the Hanged Man, which is like literally being held or stuck or
just hanging around, just waiting
for something, or
yeah.
maybe you've got a new perspective on something, right? Because you're looking at it from a different angle. So I'm looking at that, and for the first lot of December, December kind of kicks off where we might be letting go of some relationships.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and we might be turning within to decide, how do we now see these relationships in our life? Like, do we still see the same value? Are they adding value to us? Because really, any relationship that you're in, I believe anyway, needs to add value. If it's not adding value and it's draining you, just get the fuck out.
You don't need to be there.
Waste time. Like, just go, okay, right, this isn't serving either of us or me or whatever, and move, because it's just, I just don't think it's serving.
No.
So there might be some talk around that. Now, this can also be your business partnerships and the contracts and agreements that you're going to enter into that are more than just you.
Yeah.
So it could be how your relationships impact others in a work environment. And you might be determining like what's working here, what's not. So there's a bit of talk around that. Then it moves on. We have the Four of Cups, which is like the unexpected things that come along, right? But it's also stuff that you're going to pass over and go, you know what, I want that. And we're making more decision for ourselves. Now, in the middle of this first half of December, the cards are indicating that we have Justice and the King of Pentacles. Now, when I see that together like that, to me, that is very much about contracts and business, everything to do with your resources and your money. So there might be some things in December that are going to change. It could come unexpected, or maybe there's an opportunity for you to do something with your finances or your resources, and you go, no, I'm not going to do that. So there'll be some decisions coming up, I feel, around our resources to somewhere just before the middle of the month, where we're like, okay, how does that look for us? How can we remain having access to this and be able to give and receive fairly, right? Now, what's really interesting about this particular lay of cards here in this second week, there's only two cards that have the scales on them, and they're both in this week.
Both in
that.
Yeah, so we have Justice and the Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles, sorry.
Six of Pentacles, yeah. So it's very much asking us to be balanced in alignment. What is true, what is right for us? Are we giving and receiving fairly and equally? And to be considering our resources. How can we balance that out a bit more?
Exactly.
So interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah. We move on then, and there's tells all over this.
There is. Very much is.
And we'll take a photo, of course. So towards the end of the month, we have the Ace of Swords, which is about truth, support, clarity, piercing the veil. What else is it? What do you get for that? Just kind of dropped out of my head, like it just went bang, gone.
It's very much getting to the point of things.
Getting to the point, very much getting to the point. We have the Six of Cups following that. So that can be nostalgia, that can be the past, that can be children. So interesting. Then that moves on to Temperance. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So for this like third or so week, it is saying, right, that we begin and end with the new things. So new ideas, new resources. I do feel though, because this is a bit of the past here, and a bit of weighing up with temperance.
Mm.
Temperance is like, you know, follow your own flow, or as the saying goes,
Yeah.
don't push the river.
Yes.
Right. So it's to me, it's about like there might be some ideas or some support for you to completely move from the past, right? So there seems to be some clarity coming around, some things you learned in the past that is now you're going to be able to see the lesson, is what that feels like with the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like towards the end of the month for December, we might have been doing like a recap on our previous year, like what do you call that, reflection?
The reflection.
Yeah, maybe you're doing some reflection. And to me, that is saying that some past stuff is going to make sense.
Yeah.
It's going to make sense for you, and then you're going to be able to apply it, utilize it, move it forward.
Move forward.
Interesting. Then we move down to like the last week, and it's a real mixed bag.
Oh, very much. Isn't it? Last week is very, very big.
Yeah. So we have the King of Wands, and then we have the Eight of Swords, right? And that Eight of Swords, to give you that visual, is where we have the person all tied up, all the swords all around. It's a self-imposing prison in a way, and it's the overthinking, and it's going over old emotional ground. Now, remember the week before we were able to let go some of this stuff. So I guess this brings into question is, have you really? Have you really let this go as you enter into ready what's going to be 2025,
exactly.
Right? Yeah, and then we have the Chariot. So the Chariot it's a yes card, and it's heading in the right direction. It's taking control. So control, right?
Yeah.
Be mindful here. In the last week or so, we might feel or see some elements of control trying to creep back in to take over, which is going to cause these effects, right? Because that's then followed by the Tower. So that, remember, the Tower is the sudden and cathartic change. Now, that may or may not be a good thing, right? Well, all things are good, really, when you think about it, because I don't know about you guys, but I've learned through my bloody experience. I was going to say nearly 60 years of life. Don't hell. Like all of this life is that what feels like shit in the moment is potentially shit in the moment, but it usually leads to something greater. And it makes life make sense later. Like you needed that to happen so you could move forward, land the job, have the relationship, whatever it is.
Yeah. Things had to break down.
Things had to break down. Yeah, because it is the shattering, the shattering and the rattling of the foundations.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just going to flick another card. Yeah. I might just look at the bottom.
Just look at the bottom.
Right. To see what this is. Ta-da.
Ooh,
Queen of Cups. Right. So it's your creative space and trusting your intuition. Maybe that's going to have a bit of a shake up. And maybe hopefully get more out of your thinking head and more into your intuitive space, your creative space. Yeah. So
interesting. Just in that last week, there's 2 8s beside. No, they're not. Sorry, forget what I just said.
7 and an 8, 8 and a 7. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
So I just feel like that's let me feel into that. I feel like there's a bit more self-focus on what it is as individuals we need, but that helps more the collective, right? It's like, hey, I've got these ideas, I want to share them with you. Let me know what you're thinking, even though there's no real ideas, but it comes from here the week before.
And it's also sort of clearing out, going right back to the beginning, we're clearing out what's not working.
Absolutely, because there's like, we're heading for new horizons, right? We're heading for new beginnings, like, because it's Sagittarius time, right? So Sagittarius usually like to have a bit of fun, a bit of an adventure, pretty carefree usually. This is just kind of showing some of the stuff that's coming up. The coming up is like the letting go of the old.
Letting go of the old and then reflecting of what you've let go of. And then starting to allow the new to come in. But looking at the bottom one, is even though you've let go of an awful lot and allowing the new, you haven't quite let go of the past.
Yeah, haven't quite let go of the past, and potentially like might be a little bit the collective energy, because this is collective reading, right? Might be a little fearful around some of the changes that we're seeing. So as a collective, we know that if we can shift that needle, right? If only 1% of us focus on what it is we truly want to feel, right? And to be more in that joyful space, right? And to be more in that harmonious space. Exactly. So I would say it's like, I want to say ignore your fear, because I don't think we ever need to ignore it, but I think we need to get real about what deserves that energy and where else we'd be best served putting that energy. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Yeah. So as we move through the end of December, if you find yourself in your head, or you find yourself getting a little bit fearful of things, what are the tools that you've got that can help you move out of that?
Exactly. Take a step back.
Take a step back, because like I said before, my experience has been that it doesn't really matter what choices we make, we end up in the right space anyway, right? Yeah. We might go about sideways and it might take a bit longer, but we end up where we need to be. And whatever's meant for us is never, ever going to pass us by. It might come in a different way. Exactly. But never pass us by. So I feel like there's no right or wrong, but there is very much listening to self.
Very much. And we don't do that as much as we should at the moment.
We do, yeah, at the moment, yeah. So I feel like there's going to be this whole stepping into that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So, right. Let's see what Tren says.
I'll take a photo of this before we go so you can see.
Wow, I nearly packed it up.
So you can see. I'm just going
to stand up and take the photo. Do you need me to stand up?
No.
You got it? Good girl. Better than me.
That's it. Got it.
Beautiful.
Right. Now we can pack it up.
Now we can pack it up. And then Tren's going to have a go with her cards.
So we'll see what
December energy
is. What do we need to bring into our awareness now? Like Lou said, this is for a collective reading. It's not one person. It's a collective reading. Let's see what's coming up for us for December 2024. Yeah, I nearly said 25. Don't bring that quickly. Slow it down. Hold your horses.
It's next month. Yeah.
Okay, let's just see what we need to know for December 2025. Oh, it's really, we're getting very similar cards that we had.
I like the way that happens, eh?
You got the balance again. So I'm going to lay out, like I said, 4 by 4. We'll just see where we go. It's funny because Lou had a lot of, you had more swords. I've got a lot of wands.
Yeah, the action, not a lot more swords.
Yeah.
However, there's so many similarities. I'm going to pull my energy back so that Tren can do this.
So I've got, with the first week, I start off with the 4 of Cups. So we really are, and in my mind, it's like, I can't take one more thing. Like, I've got to, no, just leave me alone. Even though this could be something brand new, this could be a new offer. It's like, I just can't see past my own nose at the moment. Just hang off. And then we move to the 10 of Wands. So we really are ending something. We're really, but we're making that choice and making that action to not take on more than what we need. Because we do this in ourselves. We go, yeah, we'll help you. And it's like, there's nothing left for us. And now you're really just going, no, I can't do this anymore, because we've got the Lovers right beside. So that's where we got the choice from.
And we had that before.
Yeah. You know.
Anyway.
Yeah. So it's like, I'm gonna. Yeah. So yeah. So these choices, and because we've got the Lovers, even though it's a choice, I also think it's like certain people are coming up against your energy and just going, yeah, but you can do. And you go, no, I can't. I'm done. I am completely done. And then we've got the 6 of Wands. So we're heading into, again, coming back to the choice. It's like almost we are heading into a direction we choose, not something that has been chosen for us. And then the second week, we're going into Strength. So again, it's sort of flowing as we're finding our own strength. We're finding our own, when we say no, we mean no. It's that strength that and it's not, we're no longer being talked into things for other people. It's like, when I say no, I mean it. And yes, it's going to be a bit of a balancing act of how does that feel?
Yeah,
How does that feel?
That's a good question, right?
Because saying no may be really strange to some people.
Yeah.
Because you've always said yes before, and now it's like you're pulling back your energy saying no. So you're going to have to feel into it and go, how does this feel? Because we've got the magician right beside it. So it could be that this is, well, the magician is we're creating a new reality for ourselves. And when I'm talking about how I feel, we've got the Ace of Cups right beside it. So it's very much this new beginning that we are creating ourselves. We're not waiting for anything coming our way anymore. We're taking charge now and we're creating it ourselves. But again, we're not going, I'm just going to do this. We're feeling into it with that Ace of Cups. How do I feel? Because this is very different for me. How do I feel? And third, we're going in straight into the Knight of Cups. So it's we've taken that chance. Okay, this feels okay. So now I'm going to go, but I'm going at my pace. I'm not being rushed. I'm not hurrying. It's at my pace.
I like that.
And we've got the Queen of Cups right beside it, which is really interesting. And with the Queen of Cups, the Knight and the Queen of Cups, it's very much you're going at your pace. Again, coming back to that feeling. You take a step. How does it feel? You take the next thing. How does it feel? You sort of coming into that intuition, that trusting side of yourself, more so than you have ever done previously. And then we've got the Three of Wands right beside it. So you really are looking to see how far I can take this. How far, what is in front of me? How far can I take this? And then we have the Five of Pentacles right beside it. It's like, oh shit, we're just going for it. It's like
bit of a dive afterwards.
Bit of a dive. You've made all these choices. You're taking those actions. You're doing things for yourself. And then you have the Five of Pentacles, and it's like, oh shit, what the hell have I done?
Yeah, well, maybe it's what you're not connecting to. Like you're going, yeah, no, I'm not connecting. I'm going to walk past that. You know?
It could be.
Maybe.
Yeah. It could be both, because this is just a collective reading. So one answer is not going to be the same for other people.
Yeah, that's correct.
So it's funny because then you walk straight into the Knight of Wands. So it's like Lou said, you may have walked past something that just didn't suit you anymore. Whereas previously you would have walked into it knowing it was wrong, knowing it didn't feel right, but you had to do it because so-and-so said, or so-and-so expected. There seems to be, especially with this, to me, this Five of Pentacles, sometimes there's too much expectation placed on us from other people.
Okay, yeah.
Or it could be too much expectation placed on ourselves that we place on ourselves. That we should be doing this and we should be doing that. We should be helping other people and we should be. When what are you doing for yourself? What are you acknowledging for yourself? That other people aren't, or they don't see you, I suppose.
Yeah, it can be that you're not seen.
That you're not seen.
Absolutely. And it can just be like that. That's a really good point, Trent. It's like that, maybe disowning that part of self.
Yeah.
Or the releasing or the letting go of that part of self. Have you nurtured yourself, in fact?
Well, that's probably more to the point, because it's like you're sort of feeling like you're the only one doing this when you're not. Everybody's on their own path. It's just different, and you have to acknowledge everybody's doing their own thing. But then we walk into the Knight of Wands. So we come from the Five of Pentacles to the Knight of Wands. So we really are finding out that this is my path. This is right for me.
So getting passionate about stuff again, like, really getting passionate about stuff. And also the wands, I'm just, sorry, I'm jumping ahead because I'm looking at the other cards. It's like, it's like bringing you passion, but it's also like taking action around something. It's like getting passionate or fiery about something, because maybe something's coming where you're like, you might need to have a little bit of a fire in your belly.
Exactly. And if we pull it back, because I'm looking at the Knight, and he has whatever that not the saddle, the rein or thing, there's butterflies on there. So even though you're going through this change that you have decided that you need to go through, it's a complete transformation. You are coming from somebody who was probably a yes man or yes person, and yes, I'll do this and yes, do that. And now it's like, no, I'm starting to look after myself. I'm putting myself first.
Yeah, taking the actions of your choosing.
Of your choosing, for yourself. And yes, it's going to impact others, but it's their choice how your decisions impact them. You don't have to take on worry about others anymore. It's like, no, it's all about me now. Basically, it is all about you. And it always has been, but we've
just not done it to the degree I think that it needs to be done now. And because if we look after ourselves, there's enough and more than enough energy and resources to share with others, which is that community feel, right? Which is definitely where we're headed. I don't know about you, but I'm finding like even in the shops, like local shops, I just find people have changed the way they shop. They change the way they do things. And how they're connecting and interacting with community. I don't know. It's been really interesting to sit back and just watch what's happening collectively in terms of that, how people are now jumping on and supporting each other, like in all these different ways. Whereas before they would just shut the fuck up and say nothing. And now it's more about, no, we're not tolerating that. And that's not true. And that's not right for us. So there's this inner truth, I think.
It's like more people are speaking out. They're not silent anymore.
Yeah, I'm finding that. Are you finding that?
Yeah, very much. And the little people, it's not the people up here, it's the little,
it's the little people.
It's the little people. Yeah. And then we go to the 9 of Swords. So we're going to, not so much ups and downs, but we really are going to just go, oh my goodness, I need space. I need the space to work out where I'm going, what I've come from. So
I think it's checking your headspace too. Like it kind of, to me, the 9 of Swords kind of indicates this worry and this sleeplessness, right? So to me, it would be, how much are you exerting your energy in terms of what feels changed, and in terms of how you're honoring yourself, because that's what the thing of this particular reading is, right?
It's more honoring yourself, because then we've got the 5 of Wands. So this is going to be challenging.
Yeah, I think it's like challenging month.
Yeah. But right beside the 5 of Wands, we have the 8 of Swords. So it's like, even though it's challenging, this is a brand new beginning.
It is. I think there's going to be a lot of cutting through bullshit.
Yeah, quite literally. Quite
literally.
It's like, like we said, the little people are standing up going, we are not tolerating the shit that we have. We're not tolerating the shit that we've been fed.
Right. And I think that's right on the money. And I feel like, the beginning of the month sort of starts and it's really glorious and beautiful, and we start to realize there's things around, because you've got the relationship card up there too. There's things around who we want to connect with. And then we move through, and then at the end of the month it seems to be a little bit harder to deal with. Like, so how do you ground yourselves? What tools do you have in your kit? What's right for you? What's not right for you now, before you move into this 2025? What are you doing about that
for yourself?
So let us know.
And I'm just going to see what's on the bottom.
Oh yeah,
we have the moon.
Okay.
We have the moon.
What's your thoughts on that? I've got some thoughts. What are yours?
As soon as that came up, I just thought there is going to be, coming from the Ace of Swords right at the end, there's going to be light shone on stuff that has been hidden.
Yeah, absolutely. And watch for the distortion.
Yeah. Right? And it really is. It's like with that moon card, that's underneath. With the moon card, there really is a chance for the cloudiness or the fogginess to be cleared, so we can actually see what has been hidden, like I said, but it's also what we've been hiding, what we've been telling ourselves.
Absolutely. I love that you brought that up. Yeah, I love that you brought that up. That's fascinating. It's
almost like that because we're doing the reflection, and it's like we're clearing out shit that we've told ourselves.
Yeah.
And finding our own truth.
And that's the important thing, I think, friend. Like, the work you can do on yourself.
On yourself.
And that personal development or self-development, or whatever you want to call it, in a way that is going to be more beneficial for the wider collective community.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to read now what I've researched from different things I was reading and watching, right? And it's about December energy. So in December, we have 2 new moons. right? So there'll be the first moon, which I think is on the 2nd of December. So now, and it's the moon in Sagittarius. So this is going to be speaking to new horizons, to new beginnings, new dreams, optimism, and courage. Right. So it's like I said, the month starts pretty full. Then we've got a bit of Mars energy coming, and it's pushing around, and it's exciting, right? Because there's this, we feel excited to get things done, to finish things, to tidy things up is what I'm feeling about that. Now, there's also Saturn there. Now, Saturn is going to oppose that. So Saturn is going to be like, Saturn speaks to responsibilities and foundation. So it's like, foundations, right? Are they right where you want them to be? And are you being responsible? So he's a bit of a hard taskmaster, right? So for this, it's like, plan what you need to do to get the job done. Right. So the first part is pretty much like that. Now Jupiter is also around, and we've got, that's the expansion, right? Jupiter expands everything that it touches. So what do you want to manifest in terms of travel and adventure? Because remember, we're in Sagittarius season. So this is what this is about. And if you want to know what, Jupiter and Saturn and Mars are going to impact you more personally, then go and find where that is in your chart and read that. Now, we're not astrologers.
No, we're not.
But this is just what we've learned along the way. So then very much in the first part, like the first week, it's try to get all the things done that you can then, right? Because we go retrograde. So find time when we're in that retrograde space to take time and relax about 10 minutes a day. I really think that's going to help support for what's coming according to the cards at the end, right? To the end of the month. Now, on the 7th of December, Venus goes into Aquarius with Pluto. Remember, Pluto changes shit, right? If it's not working, it's going to pull it apart. What's Venus about? Venus is about relationships, Venus is about resource, Venus is about love, right? All the things that we've been talking about in the cards, right? Interesting. So we might be looking at a way to get away, and we also might be, we might find a way to look at what we need to change, and this is going to help us transform how we view love. Right? Which is all the relationship stuff with Venus, right? So how are we going to transform that? What do you want to transform in terms of your relationships and your connections, right? And we have a full moon, I think that's about the 15th, not sure, around there, and that's a full moon in Gemini, right? Now here we're going to be looking at how we think and communicate. Now, we had a lot of swords before.
We did. We had a lot of swords.
So look at your patterns of communication.
Oh, okay. That's going to be interesting, especially with all the relationships.
Yeah, with all the relationships stuff, right? And then also on the 15th, Mercury goes direct, and that's when things become clearer. Now, Tren just said in hers that she felt like things are going to become a whole lot clearer.
Yes.
Right? So on the money, right? On the 30th, we have another new moon that's in Capricorn. Right? So it is the energy of commitment.
Wow, very committing.
Right? Where are you committed? And so practice being aware, just for the month, of your intuitions, which is what we spoke about, your manifestations coming to fruition even faster. Right. So there's this possibility even faster. And it's like we're in a portal time. We're in this portal of this change. So here's some questions for you.
Okay.
What miracles do you want to manifest?
Oh, yes.
Right? What does it mean to be human to you?
Oh, okay.
Right. And I think that's because a lot of technology, looking at technology changes. So what does it mean to be human to you? And what are you becoming?
Well, who are you becoming?
Or who?
Who are you becoming?
What are you becoming, right? And what miracles do you want to manifest? So they're the questions.
Okay.
That's the energy that we researched a little bit, and then you've had the two different readings. So let us know what you think about all of that.
Yes.
And I'll just take a photo.
A quick photo.
So we can make sure that we put it up.
You can see what we were talking about and see what you get.
Yes,
what do you get?
Absolutely. So as we move through December, Jesus, may the force be with you.
May-
No, it's all good. Have an amazing month.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself.
Yes.
So from our heart to yours, big love.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye.